Hey Inspirators, it's Inspiring Vanessa here. Welcome back to another wonderful interview for all of you. I'm super excited for my guest on today's interview. Hope you all have been doing well. We are moving into a brand new month, into February. I didn't even know how January has gone so fast already. It's kind of crazy to me. It's like, did we really do enough, or did I do enough in January? Did I kind of make the most of it in January 2021? But I hope you all have been doing well, making some resolutions for this month as well, a fresh start. I mean, can we focus on the fact that February and May are very satisfying in the way they're laid out on the calendar? Today is Tuesday and it's the 2nd of February. It just all seems perfectly done, which means it's a fresh start for everyone. So please keep that in mind and make sure that you've got some resolutions to try and achieve for this month, especially because it is a fresh start for all of us. But my guest on today's interview is the wonderful Alina Starr Morse. She is a 15-year-old founder and CEO of her own business, which is called Zollicandy. I've actually got one of her candy packets right here. These ones are called Zolli Pops, and they are so cool. They are sugar-free, gluten-free, nut-free. They are also vegan, non-GMO, natural flavors and colors. So, fun fact, her business will actually be named one of America's fastest growing companies in 2020. That is insane to achieve at only 15 years old. She's a speaker, entrepreneur, so you definitely have to keep on watching to see what kind of knowledge is going to be shared in this interview, especially because I can't wait to see what I'm going to learn from her as well. But I'm going to wait for her to come onto the interview, and then we can just get straight into our first question. But make sure to go and follow Zollicandy on Instagram, and obviously her as well, to see what they'll be doing as well, because I can't wait to see what else she's going to do in the future. She's already achieving so much just at this pace already, so I'm super excited to see how that's going to be kind of playing out in the near future as well. But if we do have time at the end of the interview, we will go through some questions if you guys do have any. If anything sparks up in your head when Alina is answering any of the questions, just leave your question down below, or use the question symbol, the question tool, and I'll be sure to select your question, and then we can go through a few of them if we have time at the end, if you guys do have any questions to ask. But I'm just gonna see how you can but feel free to comment down below any of your questions. Hi!
Hi!
How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. I mean, first of all, thank you for being my guest today. What have you been up to recently?
Oh my gosh, so much. It's been really crazy. But thank you so much for having me on. This is really incredible, and to be amongst some of the incredible people that you've interviewed. It's very it's an honor for me.
Oh, thank you so much. That means a lot to me as well. But we're just going to jump into our first question, which is, what inspired you to become an entrepreneur?
Well, ever since I was 3 and 4 years old, I've always had these ideas for companies and products. Some of them were a little far-fetched, definitely, but as a kid, I just always had this passion and kind of a knack for wanting to create things. And when I came up with the idea for Zollicandy, I was only 7 years old, and I went to the trip to yeah, 7.
Oh my gosh, wow.
It was, yeah, definitely a long time ago. But I went to the bank with my dad, and here in the US it's kind of accustomed that whenever you go to the bank, the bank attendant always gives you a lollipop, or like some kind of piece of candy or something like that. And so that was the only way that he could convince me to go. Like, oh, Alina, if you go, they'll give you candy. And then when we get there and, the whole deal unfolds, they offer me candy. And my dad kind of gives me the look like, do you really want to take that? And I'm like, come on, Dad. Like, why can't I have candy? And he's like, well, it's really bad for your teeth. And when your parents are like that, you have to be, oh, okay, I know it's bad for me. And so I left the bank without a lollipop, unfortunately. But I had an idea. Why can't I make candy that's good for my teeth? So first of all, it isn't bad for me. And second of all, you can't say no. And so that was the whole story.
Oh my gosh, well that's amazing. And for you to have that idea at 7 years old and to just be like, I can see a problem here, and I had the solution to it as well. I mean, it's a brilliant idea. I don't know why someone didn't think of it sooner as well, but it's a brilliant idea. Yeah. It's a brilliant idea to obviously still snack on something or crave something that is delicious and sweet, but is also good for you, which is a good thing, because sometimes obviously when you grow up as a kid, it's like, well, all the vegetables or everything that's good for me just doesn't taste nice. So now, thanks to you, we've got the best of both worlds, which is amazing. So why candy? What made you decide the niche of your company? Why didn't you decide to go into kind of any other era?
Yeah, so kind of how the story all unfolded, candy seemed like the immediate go-to for me, because as a kid, kids love candy. I love candy. I still love candy. And the whole thing behind the lollipop, though, is that actually during my research, and when I was, oh my gosh, yeah, I have one too, because I decided if you were going to try one, I was going to have one too. It wouldn't be my first time trying one, but, at least you wouldn't be alone for the taste test. But I was doing my research and I was figuring out what ingredients could be substituting the sugary sweeteners, and finding something that would be equally as delicious and provide that great flavor, but also have that clean teeth aspect. So what I found was that the ingredients, which erythritol is our main teeth cleaning ingredient, and it's from a plant, and when I was reading about it, I read that if it's in your mouth longer, then it has the best effect. And so I thought, well, a lollipop is perfect. You suck on a lollipop for what? A minute to, I guess, 5 minutes. And so it gives a great vehicle for this teeth cleaning benefits. And so it was definitely had some science behind it. I didn't just love lollipops, but it was a cool experience getting to learn about not only how to make candy in general, but candy that cleans your teeth.
Had to kind of do that internal research as well, but that is super interesting as well. Just the whole kind of backstory behind it is so incredibly fascinating. But what was the process behind the name of Zollipops or Zollicandy?
Well, yeah, I actually can't take credit for that. That would be my younger sister. And she was probably 3 or 4 at the time. And we had created the actual candy, but we, were on our next step, which was packaging. And we needed to, obviously have a name for the product to put something on the package. And we were sitting around the dinner table one night and we were tasting a different batch, a different new flavor of sorts. Can't exactly remember. It was definitely quite a few years ago. And I asked my sister, Lola, would you like to try what we were calling at the time a xylitol lollipop, which xylitol was our kind of original teeth cleaning ingredient, which we've since phased out of the product because we found that erythritol on its own has, even more teeth cleaning benefits, but that's a whole other story. But I had asked her and she said, oh, you mean a Zollipop? And it took me back a little bit. I was like, a what? A Zollipop? And we just thought it was like the perfect name. It was short, it was sweet, and it was literally lollipop with a Z. Like, how did we not come up with that before?
It's the most simple things that really are the most effective. I mean, some of the biggest businesses or biggest names that we see now, we have to recognize the names and remember them just because they're as simple as they are, which is amazing. So congratulations to the sister for coming up with that idea, because I don't think it would have been the same with any other business name as well. But it's a very smart idea to do as well. Just, you know, change out the first letter of lollipops. That's really cool. So my next question is, what's your favorite memory in your entrepreneurial journey so far?
Oh man, there's been so many, and I'm so grateful for everything that I've gotten to experience, and all the people that I've gotten to meet over this journey. I mean, the teenager in me wants to say, "Oh my gosh, I got to meet Shawn Mendes! Like that was like the highlight of my life."
Oh my gosh! I mean, that's already amazing in itself.
I know, and I am convinced that you know, I'm convinced that I'm literally gonna fangirl over him forever, because he's just so cool. But from like a business perspective, I was actually the youngest person to be featured on the cover of Entrepreneur magazine, which was really an honor for me. And you know, it's something that I honestly never thought would ever happen. You know, I was starting a company, but I never thought it was going to be as big as it is. And I never thought, you know, I was going to get recognition from it. I just wanted to create candy. And, you know, the media and the friends that I've made, you know, really have been the highlights, honestly. It's hard to pick just one thing.
I mean, it perfectly goes into my next question, that you were in fact featured on the front cover of Entrepreneur, the magazine. So what was it like to see yourself for the first time on the cover, and literally, as you were just saying, being recognized by such a big name?
I honestly, when I looked at it the first time, well, when I looked at it the first time, I was like, I don't know. The first thing that came into my head was like, this is fake. Like, this isn't gonna be sold. Like, what? Like, this is just like, you know, I did a photo shoot with my friends or whatever, and then we just like printed out a photo. But like, honestly, the whole process was like, you know, you feel like a princess when you're, you know, a professional photographer is like taking your picture and like somebody's doing your makeup. Like, I don't know, it's just such a cool feeling. And it was like my real life Disney princess moment. Yeah, I mean, honestly, being able to see it on newsstands and like I saw it when I went to the airport, and somebody walked past me because I was taking a photo with it, and they were like, "Is that you?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's me." Like, I don't know, it was just such a surreal experience. And honestly, like to this day, and it's been, what, 3 years, I still get like shell shocked when I see it, and I'm like, whoa, like that's me. What?
That's the same person who I look at in the mirror every morning. They kind of look a little bit similar. It's a bit weird, but it's kind of like it feels like a bit of an out of body experience. But once again, congratulations for that, because it's an incredible achievement to obviously just see yourself on the cover and have, as you were just saying, your own little Disney princess moment. I love that so much. That's lovely, a lovely way to put it. So what is your number one piece of advice you'd give to someone who wants to grow a successful business and becoming an entrepreneur?
My number one piece of advice is ask questions. You know, I feel like in life in general, you know, you don't get anywhere without asking questions or being curious. You know, if you only live by what you know, then you're not going to get very far. But if you're curious and you continue to learn and to grow as a person and an entrepreneur, it's the best way to live, honestly. And I think a lot of people assume that, you know, when you're asking questions, it makes you seem less smart, less, you know, competent. But really, it makes you appear even smarter, because you want to grow and you want to, you know, be a better version of yourself. And I find that very impressive. So I would say that's my number one. But as for growing a business, you know, you got to find a team, because I think people look at the term CEO and they assume that you do everything. And that's a common misconception and kind of a barrier that I like to break down, because being a CEO is not doing everything. It's it's harder. It's not doing everything. And especially when you grow a company from the ground up, you want to be involved in every single aspect, and you can be involved to some extent, but you have to not limit yourself, but you have to delegate and, be smart about your resources. And that's when building a team really comes into play, because, really nobody can do, or nobody can grow a whole company by themselves. It's just not realistic. We're only human. So I would say those are my two biggest pieces of advice. But, just work hard. It sounds cliche, but at the end of the day, when you're passionate about the company that you're starting, or you're passionate about, whatever you want to do, your career path, you're going to want to wake up every day and you're going to want to work hard. So, yeah.
I mean, those are some brilliant golden nuggets, as I like to say. I mean, growth mindset, amazing. I totally agree with you. Asking questions, like, knowledge is power. The more knowledge you learn, the smarter you're going to get. It doesn't make you less smarter. As you were saying, it's kind of like you want to know and you want to, level yourself up and learn more and just kind of learn about different experiences and things, which I think is so powerful as well. And obviously teamwork does make the dream work. The saying is very, very true. I don't know any CEO that I know who just does everything themselves. I mean, I'd be completely shook to the core if someone just did everything themselves, but I don't think, as you just said, it's humanly possible. So we do need to kind of give space to people who are good in what they do, and you're good in what you do. You can share different skill sets, but you still kind of stay in your own little area, but you can still kind of collaborate your different ideas, which is what makes a business grow and what makes different things become successful. So thank you for sharing that, because I think it's going to help a lot of different people as well. So your Zollicandy products are sold in more than 7,000 stores, and via online in many stores. I bought mine on Amazon, guys, so make sure to go and get yours now, get your package now, try out some lollipops. And you've also been named one of America's fastest growing companies in 2020. So what is next for your business? What is next for you?
Well, it's all about looking for not only the best next step to take for, a financial, growing company, but it's also, looking for the next thing to do that can help people. And with our company, from the start, it really was, our goal to make it a cause-based organization. And so, along with starting, obviously, the brand Zollicandy, we also started the Million Smiles Initiative, which is where we give free Zollicandy to schools. And it teaches, we provide lesson plans as well, which teaches kids about the importance of oral health care and entrepreneurship, and how they can turn their dreams into a reality and also have clean, healthy smiles. So it's a great program, and really we want to continue to grow. We committed this year 4 million smiles, or 4 million lollipops to go to schools. And obviously with schools shutting down, it was a hard thing for us to continue to share Zollicandy when kids weren't in school. And so we've had to kind of pivot our strategy by sending Zollicandy home in the kind of incentive bags with your books and, the things that you need for virtual school at home. And some schools have gone back. So, our goal is to really just keep growing our initiative. And any teachers, if you're watching, you can actually sign up on our website, zollicandy.com. And it's just like a 3-step survey. So it's a really, easy sign-up process. So we want to continue to grow that. And, we really want to keep sharing smiles. Everyone could use a smile these days. It's hard to share smiles when, you're wearing a mask, but wearing a mask, stay safe. But, we just want to continue spreading the smile, spreading the happiness. And for me, I want to keep sharing with kids that they can be an entrepreneur.
I mean, I just want everything to happen. Everything you just said, I mean, I definitely think you're going to achieve that. Despite everything that's happening, going on, I don't think any boundaries are going to stop you from doing whatever you're going to try and achieve. So I wish you the best of luck. I think it's certainly going to happen, especially I feel like you are going to reach all those different kids, and they're going to be so grateful to obviously be introduced to this kind of stuff, because we don't have a lot of entrepreneurial programs in schools, or just different people sharing their experiences and being like, actually, you can be your own boss, you can do it yourself, and you can have your own ideas and be original and be authentic, and yeah, just make a life for yourself rather than trying to work for someone else or not having your own freedom. So I feel like everything you do is just brilliant as well. So that was my last question. Before we get into questions from the viewers, I think it's time for a little taste test. I haven't tried anything yet, so this is going to be my initial first reaction. Probably not for you, because I'm guessing you've tried a few of your own products, probably. Yes.
Yes, just a few.
Just a few.
Just for FYI, I'm trying actually one of our new flavors. This is our watermelon flavor that got released very, very recently.
Oh my gosh, I just opened the packet and it already smells amazing. I just opened the packet and I just got a whiff of
That's the best
scent.
part. That's the best part of working at the Zolli office too, because it always smells like candy. And so you walk in, you're just like, I'm happy.
Just full on heaven. Okay, I'm gonna try out this one. Take it out the packet.
That one looks like either grape or raspberry. It's kind of hard to see on camera, but I think, yeah.
This one's a bit more pink. I think grape would be a bit more purple, maybe. So I think it's
yeah. I believe that one is raspberry.
I mean, I love raspberry, so this is good. Can't even open. Okay, there you go. All right, here we go. I feel like a little beauty guru right now, showing the Zolli pop. Okay, I'm gonna try it in 3, 2, 1. Wow, I'm sorry, I'm making so many noises.
No, that's me too.
Oh, I mean, it smells and tastes so good.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
It tastes as good as it smells, if that makes sense. You don't find that very often. You know when you see a cake and you're like, I really wish it's gonna taste as good as it looks. Like, this is very similar to that, only with smells, but I'm glad it's good for my teeth as well. That's like the absolute benefit of it also.
Yes, and I'm going to send you some of our new products as well. I just couldn't get them to you before the interview. But we have actually chocolate caramels now. So chocolate that cleans your teeth.
Two of my favorite things. Oh
well, yes, we'll have to get those to you ASAP. And we're gonna have to get your reaction, because I'm a chocolate lover, so they were definitely a big goal for me. Because regular candy, like hard candy, and chocolate are completely different things to make. So it was a long process, but I love to get everyone's reactions when they try it, because it was a big learning curve.
I mean, I definitely will do a taste test on camera, just like this one right now, but that sounds super great. I think they're just really good at mixing two things together. Just like, dental hygiene and sweets, lollipops, and then I like chocolate and caramel. Just make them into a different flavor as well. But thank you so much. I definitely can't wait to try those out. We're going to go through a few questions from the viewers. Feel free to send in the rest of your questions, guys, in the comments box. This question is, how do your lollipops clean teeth? How do they do it in the first place?
Yeah, so Zolli Pops have a special teeth cleaning ingredient called erythritol, and it's really an untapped resource. You see a lot of xylitol in sugar-free mints, and some like dental hygienic products, which are all edible, obviously. But so actually, what Zollicandy does, it raises the pH in your mouth. So after you eat basically anything, I mean, even bottled water has acid in it. It creates an acidic environment in your mouth, which makes your tooth enamel soft. And if you don't know, your tooth enamel is like kind of the smooth part that makes your teeth look shiny. And it's like the very top layer that protects your teeth from cavities and tooth decay. So when your mouth is very acidic, it makes your tooth enamel soft. And what that acid does is it actually burns little holes in your tooth enamel. So you know that feeling like after you drink like a lot of orange juice or like have a lot of candy, your teeth feel gritty?
Mm.
Yeah, that's little holes in your tooth enamel, which is not good. I know.
Oh gosh.
I didn't think that was that either. And when you have a Zollipop, it remineralizes your tooth enamel, so it makes it smooth and clean again, and it has long-lasting health benefits. So it protects your teeth for like years to come. So eat lots of Zollipops and you'll have a very protected smile.
Oh wow, I mean that is so interesting to know. I don't really want to think about how many times my teeth have kind of felt a bit weird, and it's like, oh, that's really what it was. But you know, I've got these now to keep me covered, so I feel safe now. I feel good. I feel secured properly for my dental hygiene ahead of me in the future. This question is: does your sister help you with your business? If she already came up with the name as well.
Yes. So, you know, it really is a family business. Like, yes, I came up with the idea, but we all work on it together. Like I kind of said before, you know, it's always a team effort. And it's been, you know, really cool to be able to work with my family. But my sister actually has the title of official taste tester. No product goes on the market without several taste tests by Lola. And, you know, she's also a really amazing idea person. We have another product called Zaffy Taffy, which is like a chewy taffy version of the product. And she came up with the name, the packaging. And so that really is like, you know, formulated by her. And so, you know, she definitely helps a lot on a day-to-day basis. And she doesn't get enough credit for all the awesome stuff that she does.
I mean, that is amazing. I love the whole idea of just the whole like family group effort idea. I love that so much. I feel like it would be a dream come true to become the official taste tester of different products, because that just seems like a dream come true. It's just like, imagine just being the person in like, I was gonna say a cake shop again, or like Krispy Kremes, and then they're coming up with a new like design and you just get to taste test everything. I mean, that sounds super cool. Yeah, someone just commented creativity. I feel like creativity definitely runs in your family, which is so cool to hear, especially. But that's going to be our last question. But Alina, where can we find Zollipops, Zollicandy? Where can we find you online to keep up with your journey and what you'll be doing in the future?
Yeah, so Zollicandy is available in the US in retailers such as CVS, Kroger and Ralph's, Target, Walmart, and more. You can check out zollicandy.com for a retailer locator. And then we also sell in the UK in some specialty health retailers, as well as on Amazon.com in both America and the UK and other countries as well. But that's all listed on our website. You can follow Zollicandy on Instagram at Zollicandy. It's spelled like lolly candy, but with a Z. And then you can follow me at Alina Starr Morse, and that's Star with 2 R's. And, you know, of course, I know this is your show, but follow Vanessa as well. So.
Oh, thank you so much. So everybody, make sure to obviously go and check out zollicandy.com. Check out their other flavors. I mean, I've only tried raspberry so far and I love it so much. So I'm very excited to be seeing what other flavors my teeth are going to be benefited with, and are going to just, you know, be like, thank you, Vanessa, for this. You've been eating a lot of bad sugary things. Now I can kind of, you know, give them an apology back and be like, you know what, I'm gonna save you guys. I'm gonna owe you guys this by having this Zollipop as well. But Alina, it has been so just brilliant speaking to you. You are so well spoken. I just want to always hear more from what you're going to be doing. So I'll definitely be supporting you every step of the way into the future with whatever you're going to do, especially this year, which sounds so much fun, and I can't wait to see what you're going to be doing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for coming on the show, and I will definitely speak to you soon.
Yes, thank you so much. Keep smiling, everyone.
Keep smiling, guys. Thank you. So now to the end of this interview. As I just said, make sure to go and follow Zollicandy on Instagram. Check out their website if you are in the USA, US. As Alina was just saying, some of the retail stores, but there are a lot different more that you can probably find. Still staying safe, obviously, but these are delicious. I wish you guys kind of taste it through the camera, and obviously after I've put my saliva on it, but like if you guys could taste it right now, that would be super cool. But thank you all so much for tuning in today and sending in your questions. Make sure to obviously keep smiling. Yes, random fandoms, keep on staying positive. If you're listening to this on a podcast, check out our previous episodes with other inspiring guests. If you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe to the YouTube channel. And if you're watching this right now on Instagram, make sure to go and follow myself and my other incredible guests. But without further ado, guys, keep smiling, stay positive, and get your Zollicandy now because they do be delicious though. I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.